Assalamualaikum. My name is HIKMAZATUL binti HARITH. My matrix number is 288282. We are from group 11. Today I'm going to talk about the definitions and concepts of consumer behavior, consumer demand, consumer choice and utility concepts. Firstly, consumer demand is the willingness and ability of consumers to acquire several goods and services in a certain period. The mere desire to purchase goods and services does not produce effective demand. The ability to pay must support the willingness. Besides, the meaning of consumer behavior is when individuals are faced with a choice of feasible alternatives. They will always select the alternative that provides the highest level of utility. The utility is defined as the level of happiness or satisfaction associated with alternative choices. According to the theory of utility, consumers use satisfaction level as the basis to make consumption choices and evaluate goods based on satisfaction. Basically, there are two approaches of utility theory, which are cardinal utility and ordinal utility. The cardinal utility states that the individual can measure quantitatively the intensity of a preference for one basket of goods over another. The higher the satisfaction, the higher the utility index will be. Hence, according to the ordinal utility theory, the benefit or satisfaction gained by consumers cannot be measured in quantitative form, but it can compare in terms of comparison to the consumption of other goods. Lastly, consumer choice is about why people buy goods and services, and that we relate preference to expenditure and the consumer demand curves. By maximizing utilities subject to budget constraints, the consumer will be able to analyze how consumers maximize their consumption as measured by their preference. I would like to pass to my next member, which is NURUL AMIRA binti AMIR, to present on part A, respondent background.
Hi, my name is AMIRA binti AMIR, number matric 288171. I will continue this presentation with analytical review, which is respondent background. This is a survey in which to obtain respondent background who participate based on factors that influences their demand behavior. Demographic respondent for question 1 is based on gender. It is shown that out of 45 respondents who were surveyed, a total of 15.6%, which equivalent to 7 people, were male. In addition, 84.4%, equivalent to 38 people, were women. Next, demographic respondent on question 2 is based on age. The pie chart shows that 97.8%, equivalent to 44 people, were aged below 30. In addition, 2.2%, equivalent to 1 people only, was aged between 41 till 50, and none of the respondents aged between 31 till 40 and above 51. Lastly, demographic respondent on question 3, which based to ethnicity. It is shown that 84.4%, equivalent to 38 people, were Malay, while 13.3%, equivalent to 6 people, are Chinese. In addition, 2.3%, equivalent to 1 people only, was Siamese, and none of the respondents was Indian. That's all from me. Now I would like to pass to my next member, which is SYAZWANI, to elaborate on her part B, consumer behavior, part 1.
Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL SYAZWANI binti MOHAMMAD. My matric number is 288193. Today I'm going to present about consumer behavior 1. So the graph 1 shows the result of survey after 45 respondents answered the survey. The first opinion, there were 19 respondents, close to 42.2%, strongly agreed to purchase goods depends on their brands. This is because to portray their professional image, and most of consumers rely on prior experience when selecting brand. The next opinions is there were 14 respondents, close to 51.1%, agree and moderate about being glad can buy branded goods. This is because branded goods can contribute a greater social acceptance. The next opinion, there were 22 respondents, close to 48.9%, strongly agree about increase their purchase of goods when their income has rise. This is because when income has rise, the purchases of goods also increase. The next opinion, there were 18 respondents, close to 40%, agree of price of goods is low, consumer will increase their purchase. This is because the goods are complementary product. For opinion 5, there were 19 respondents, close to 42.2%, moderate about purchasing online because there are a few advantages, which is easy price comparison and no crowds. for disadvantage is risk of fraud. The last opinion, there were 15 respondents, equals to 33.3% agree and moderate that purchasing goods online is more convenient because they can buy anything with internet access. Now I would like to pass to my next member, which is Shian, to elaborate on Part B consumer behavior 2.
Thank you, NURUL SYAZWANI. A very good morning to Dr. Hussein. I am one of the members from Group 11. My name is Shian and my return number is 286593. Today I'm going to discuss about the Part C, which is consumer behavior 2. First and foremost, the graph shows an analysis of consumer behavior between a comparison of Group A and Group B after answered by 45 respondents. The pie chart one shows most of the respondents, which is 34 respondents, equivalent to 75.6%, voted to strongly agree for this question, which is if the price of the good A falls by 50%, I will purchase it. This is because, according to the law of demand, as the price of a good falls, the quantity demanded for that good will increases and vice versa. The pie chart 2 shows most of the respondents, which is 18 respondents, equivalent to 40%, voted to moderate for this question, which is even if the price of good A is high, I will still purchase it. This means that even if the price of good A is high, the consumer nowadays will not make a hasty purchase. Instead, they will make a due and rational judgment to decide whether the purchase for that good is necessary or not. The pie chart 2 shows most of the respondents, which is 24 respondents, equivalent to 53.3%, voted for strongly agree to this question, which is if the price of good B rises by 50%, I will purchase good A. This is because when the price of good B rises by 50% and it is relatively more expensive than good A, therefore the consumer will shift their consumption from good B to good A. The pie chart 4 shows most of the respondents, which is 22 respondents, equivalent to 48.9%, voted to agree for this question, which is if my income increases by 50%, I will purchase good A. This is because with the increases in their income money, the consumer will tend to purchase more of the satisfied good as their affordability increases. Last but not least, the pie chart 5 shows most of the respondents, which is 18 respondents, equivalent to 40%, voted to agree for this question, which is if my income increases by 50%, I will purchase both good A and good B. This is because if the goods have a variety of use or say to be they are satisfied good to the customer will tend to purchase more of that good as their willingness to pay increases. That's all for my part, and now I will pass to my next member, which is AMIRUL ASHRAF, to make a conclusion.
My name is AMIRUL ASHRAF bin Muhammad HUZARI. My valid number is 288167. So I would like to present a conclusion about the conclusion for our survey is most of the respondents prefer to buy the most profitable goods to them. If you look, the most of respondents prefer to buy the branded good because it will express their professionality. Secondly, the respondent will buy the lower price first because when the price of good is lower than other goods, it will increase the consumer's power of purchase. And thirdly, they will buy the good that suitable with their income. If you look when the income of consumer increase, they will buy more of the normal goods and the luxury good. And when the income consumer income decrease, they will lower their purchase and mostly by the normal purchase and decrease by the luxury good. And furthermore, for the substitute goods, the consumer refer by the lower one after the good A and good B that are lower than other substitute good. And secondly, for the some consumer are loyal with the branded at the good A and good B, even though the price of the other substitute good are lower than that branded good, they are still buy their loyal good first because it are really suitable for them. That's all from me. Thank you.